So whatever is happening now, God has opened our eyes, God has opened our ears, and He will give us wisdom in how to take care of our own countries, to build. Once very, very selfish, God has exposed them. And He wants us to do it in our own country. So we need to take out the jealous, the envious, the greediness, and work together as Zambian. God has opened doors. We need to work together. Kosa mverera jealous ma talents yabe nango. Kuti uyu talent yake ikankara chita prosper, and then you start putting that your brother or your sister down. No. It's not what God wants from us. God wants us to empower each other, to be happy with other people's talents, and work together to build our countries, to build Zambia, to build Africa, to build the world the way God wants it to be. Jealousy, it's not from God. Envious, all these things, they are the one that God says, food that we eat from our mouth, it goes straight to our stomach and to the toilet. But things that comes from the inside of us, envy, jealous, all these bad things that we people do, those are the things to devour us. And they don't come from God. So, the only thing they need to do, not to even put that to whatever they are writing to put, no. Work together with all Zambians. Kuminzi konse baja bantu bana matalents. Nangusu banaenda kuskuru bana matalents. God did not bring anybody into this world to be useless. No. He brought all humankind. He gave them gifts. And when you go and train those people in what they are good at to do, you'll be surprised, the talents. And work together. Build homes in Zambia, no see my areas more. Things can be done. If people will stop being self-centered, they'll stop being selfish. So we have to be fair. God does not want us to be in poverty. He wants us to prosper. The only way we can prosper is to be obedient to God first, and to love each other, to do what God wants us to do in the way of the Lord, building each other. Jeremiah 29:11, God said, I know the plans I have for you, not of evil, but of hope and good future. And He has a good future for every human being. Kulibe mundu ali useless. Kulibe. It's all about asking God for wisdom, and those gifts God has put in people, to use them to better our country. Don't start thinking now we can do it alone. No. Wakainde, you cannot do this alone. Even the people that you want to put in the White House in Zambia, you cannot do this alone. You need every Zambian to be involved. Every Zambian, whether they have education or not. You see people in China, they don't focus on education, but they start training their children when they are young to do a lot of things, sewing, and then that's why we have the whole world made in China. Why? Why can't you start building maskuru ku training abantu bali mu ma villages muja osabasura na bonse bali mu Lusaka baja bantu balina matalents. Why can't you use the people to build Zambia? kuno kwa America vana building vana wamya vafaka ivi vamene vaja vamwerwa venzo vana vapwanyaribwa apa vevenzo kamba chani osagurisa apa kuno vanapanga mashops vantu varenting. And then if you vafaka mumarodi monse vafaka mumagarbage mwamene vantu vaine kirotaya vintu. That's how you create jobs. You create jobs by building work for people. Kupianga nako, here they don't even look down on anybody. Maringa ukapianga, ukirine matoileti, yonse ninchito as long as you are paying bills and food on the table for your children. But kuma Africa nchito ni kuseka nao, uchija chinaende kuskuru, chija chani. All those things are just ignorant. Chito ni nchito, maringa. What's important? Zambia inkara krini, kuribema na matenda makorera vizachepa. Vantu vaine keroziva na veve, vaine keroziva kuti ni kutaya vintu magarbage. To be aware of keeping their country clean. Nobody should even tell them. Magarbage yarimo, that one should tell them that umundie mota ya vintu. You build all these things for people. And when people, they have something to do, nakuba kuche papo, nakuchita prostitution kuche papo, because people have job to do.
Thank you.
So, Mr. President, please.
Hi, Mama Chichi, welcome.
Thank you, Madam President.
QPP.
When you president, Queen Boomy.
PQP.
President Queen Boomy.
Oh my God. We're trying to come early to catch the Zambian people because of this M7. Ma? So tomorrow we'll try to come early, maybe at 20 hours. So we catch the Zambian people before they sleep.
Sharing.
Yes. So we have an engagement. We have discussion.
What's the topic for today?
My dear, the topic is the M7, Bill M7. We continue to talk about the bills, the Bill 7 of 2025. And we are talking about the doctors who have not been paid. The resident doctors, the news has just come that there are resident doctors who have not been paid, and the government, the minister said he has no money to pay the resident doctors. And we are just conflicted to say you want to bring in 90 new members of parliament, and you can't hire doctors. I'm like, is this government serious?
That is a very disturbing, I think, position that the government will have to take. That's most of the time I usually ask these people to say, do these policy analysts that they have around, the police advisors, the policy analysts and all that, do they really sit down to do cost-benefit analysis on the policy that they have to implement? It's not just a cost-benefit analysis on the finances. It also have to, this policy, when we implement it, how is it going to impact the majority of the Zambians? And on this one, we'll look at it in monetary format, because how do you introduce 90 members of parliament? And let's also look at the caliber of this, even the MPs that you want to bring in parliament. Most of them go to sit in parliament to shout, yeah. They can't even
No kuera.
Exactly.
Yeah. Booing and cheering. That's all they do.
Most of them, they're sleeping. Budget budget is presented, they can't even look at the budget critically to say, no, this and this and this and this, and debate on the budget. They are waiting for one person or two people like Binu Mpundu to say, oh, Binu, of course, is going to argue and all that. And these are the people that you want to bring in parliament for what?
We say no.
The limitation that we're talking about, just like President H used to say, there are laws in this country that can be used to do certain things. Why can't we use the same laws that can be used to do it? To do those delimitations. We don't need just to until we amend the constitution. No, the constitution. And my other question, President Kunpumi, my other concern on this process, what we see Max Mue throughout being the one who's like a government spokesperson, is this a party-driven constitutional amendment, or it's a government? We should say government to be in the forefront of driving the agenda. If it's truly a genuine aspect that they want to do. Everywhere it's Max Mue talking about constitutional amendment. He's even talking about it will cut the cost of election and whatever. It's cutting costs on this, on one thing, but it's bringing in costs on these 90 MPs that you are bringing. Those are the aspects that you should be analyzing as a person who's talking about cutting the cost. For 5 years, you're going to have to pay salaries and whatever, gratuity to these 90 people. How much is that? Have you looked at how much, if it's holding elections, and who are even the perpetrators of these elections that you are bringing? Isn't it the same you people who are bringing these elections? Were we going to have elections for Lumezi or Petauke had it been not for people to bring in confusion? By-elections, which from the word go we saw, this one is posting, we are done with this, next we are going to this. They've already planned those things. And you're saying you're going to cut the cost of elections. For me, it's they're not being honest in the way they are doing things. Let's be honest, and let's not hide into this and that. No, the women. No. Let's not hide in those things. Let's be real and tell the people the truth. The problem of UPND is they like manipulating. They are too manipulating. They want to manipulate. They think, if we say this is people will buy it. No. As Zambians, we are saying no to that amendment. We don't have a problem. We've told you we don't have a problem. Since you are going to win the elections, you've said that you are winning elections. Elections, immediately after the elections, start the process. Now, this is when they are descending. I've seen a memo running around to say submission of consultations and whatever. Why are you doing things in why some feel a lot like this? I'm gonna do this. No, let's have a system in place, a systematic system, coherent system, not inconsistent. This one inconsistent. This one today, just because people are saying no, there has been no.
Okay, Mama, you are mute, breaking up. You are there?
Yeah.
So okay.
You know, there was an incoming call, so
okay.
Yeah. So this is what I'm saying. Let's have a system in place. Follow the system and all that. Just because there's an outcry by the citizen doesn't mean that now that's when you should be sending papers to be sending papers to say, can people make submissions? We've already said it. The submission that people are going to make now, you've already done the gazette and all that. What impact is it going to have on what you've already submitted to either to cabinet, which they are saying the cabinet has already approved?
A cabinet of 50 people versus 20 million. So welcome everybody. Let's just share. Welcome by Joseph, by Abdul. I don't know, but let me change let me change to so that I can see everybody. Mwaiseni by user 2007 my music.
So that's that, Madam President. And I thought we talk. So in short, it's a no. We are saying no. Thank God the NGOCC have woken up from slumber and they're able to see issues and they are able to support this. So let all Zambians, meaning Zambians, even you MPs who are thinking, no, this will favor me, disregard, disregard, and then you are thinking, wait and see. You see now they've operated. Today you think you can trust them after Bami Wofia. Just want to use you and come and dump you, and very well. Anyway, madam, for now, those are my submissions.
Yes, thank you. So welcome everybody. So we are here to talk about the constitutional amendments. We are calling it Bill M7 because it has just been copied. I was informed to Google the constitution of Uganda, and it's a spitting image. The amendments they want to bring in, they have imported them from Uganda. Can you please mute if you're not speaking? You'll be given a chance. This just I just want to give a quick overview of what we are talking about today. So we have been reliably informed that this bill. Okay, I'm going to drop you by user because I mute you and then you unmute. So I dropped him. So we have been reliably informed that this bill is actually cut and paste from Uganda. Now, one thing is politicians don't have the right to set their own terms of service to Zambia. We can't hire a servant and then the servant starts telling us how they want to work. This is a no. They are elected to serve us under the Zambian conditions of service. And if there are conditions which they are not happy with, they should call us to say, these conditions we are working, we are not happy, so can you change them? Now, fast forward, the dangers of Bill 7, this is a summary. The dangers of Bill 7, they are a threat to Zambia's democracy. These amendments are a threat to Zambia's democracy. One, it weakens democracy. It introduces a mixed member electoral system that could let the ruling party dominate parliament through party lists and reducing voter power. It removes terms limit, eliminates 2-term limit for mayor and council chairperson, setting a precedent for indefinite leadership at all levels. Expands parliamentary unnecessarily, increases MPs from 156 to 211, burdening taxpayers and allowing political stacking by the ruling party. They want to bring in 90 new members of parliament but can't hire doctors. We already know there is a shortage of medical personnel in the hospitals. Like this has been happening since they came to power. They know that we don't have enough doctors, but they don't care about Zambians, because if they did, they would have hired more than 100 doctors every year. They are hiring nurses and teachers. Health is key. If you don't have a healthy nation, you won't even have people to educate. I think the priority should be health care. Health is wealth. If we don't have health, we are nothing. So I don't know why they are not hiring these doctors. Blurs power lines, allows MPs to sit on councils and ministers to stay in office during campaigns, undermining checks and balances. So balefo yama MP baka yemkula ikala pama city council. Kuma CDF kuria. These are some of the things that they are not even talking about. Avoids public input, alters critical constitutional elements without requiring a national referendum, excluding citizens from decisions that affect them directly. On this one, they amended the bill, the cyber bill. A cyber bill is in the Bill of Rights, which is protected by Article 79, meaning they cannot amend a cyber bill without a referendum, but they did that. So this UPND, their abuse is already in motion. opens door to autocracy. Similar changes were used in Uganda to keep President Museveni in power indefinitely. Museveni is in power like almost 40 years now, over 40 years. Bill 7 risks setting Zambia on the same path. So in short, we are saying no. We are saying no to this M7 formula. If this bill included some resolutions to stop load shedding, we would receive it with open arms. You know, if they said no, we shall put a law to ban exporting power unless every Zambian has electricity. Because right now, electricity in Zambia, I think, is at 30%. 70% of the Zambians do not even have the power. But then 30% of the people who have access to electricity, they are being load shedded, receiving 4 hours a day at awkward hours of the night. So food is expensive. There's nothing about making Zambia food secure in that bill. There's nothing about we're going to hire doctors. There's nothing that we're going to buy wheelchairs for disabled. This bill is only about consolidating the power. And that's why we are saying no. Ama conditions of service. That's why tunaenda bebe 2026. So I end there. My music, the floor is yours, by Abdul, and then by Joseph's, you can come in at the end. Thank you.
I want to greet you on this live show.
You sound low, Baba Abdul. You sound low. Hi, Nicholas. I see you.
Are you able to get me?
You are, yeah, but you are low. We can hear you.
Okay. Let me. I was using my headset.
Yeah, just remove your headsets. Yeah.
I don't know now if you can hear me loudly.
It's better.
Okay. I want to greet you in this wonderful discussion group. Starting from my president, Madam Pumi, and my auntie and all our guest members on this live broadcasting. The main issue that I want to stretch on this discussion this evening, Zambian time, is the most important part that is not active. And this part which is not active, we just like to observe and do nothing and wait for one person like Bini Wampundu, Blan Mundubile, Stephen Kampiongo, or JJ Banda, or any other MP to say no to this amendment. And this is the part that is we are all involved as Zambians. Zambians are very unconcerned on matters which are very sensitive and which means well for this country. The moment this thing is going to pass on, it will bring damage to all of us. Not one will be spared. As you can hear, Madam Pumi is relating this amendment to M7 in Uganda. Imagine living in a country like that, where you have only one president, and whoever wants to come in to oppose him, is going to be treated in a way that young man Bobby is treated. Zambians, we are very unconcerned people, and it's very shameful that we display this kind of ignorance to this kind of sensitive thing. You know, this issue is very sensitive. And all that we can see is people demanding for MPs who are very few in numbers to go and defend it. To tell you the truth, MPs whom you wish to go and defend this bill, they are going to fail to defend it because they are very few in numbers. The best thing that we can do as Zambians, let us get involved. Let us say no, all of us, not support us ordinary Zambians in any way. Look at the crisis that we have. We have crisis of doctors in the hospitals, and the minister will honestly come out to say we don't have money to pay these doctors. Whereas they want to bring in 90 MPs, getting a lot of money, gratuity, sitting allowance, which is equivalent to 3,000 every sitting session. Doctors, they get peanuts, about 18,000 kwacha, but they are not considered to be important. But look what the job they do. Are you seeing how these people are selfish? And to make the matter worse, like my sister was saying, that there was a word by youth chairman saying now we are done with Rumezi. What we are done with Petauki. Now we are going to Rumezi. You know, such kind of scheme, they are even telling it on your face that you are fools. We are going to take you in this. We are going to take you this way. Honestly, for how long are we going to be as docile as we are Zambians? Sorry to use this word, but I'm telling you, it hurts to see people. They are being brushed in such a way, even before it is going into autocracy. It is just open democracy. They are treating you like this. What if it went into autocracy? Where are we going to be? At least you've seen a lot of things. For example, what happened in Kabushi, it is not democratic. What happened in Kwacha, it was not democratic. And all of us, we are just seated and saying, this is just politics. This is beyond politics. Beyond politics has got loose, just like football. When such things are played in politics, it is foul. It should not be condoned. Let us not allow people to be lighting us like this country belongs to some few people. No. This is not good what is happening. All of us, we are just seated and watching to see what is happening. And a good example is cyber law. It happened in a flash. Nobody knew about it. The US came to our rescue to tell us this is what has happened. Honestly, Zambians, are we concerned about the country that we are going to leave for our children? Or are we scared that we don't even want to do anything about what means well for our lives? This is the country that we are born in, and this is the country we are going to leave our kids for. But see what is happening. I'm telling you, this is so heart-touching, and I'm saying it's heart-touching because unless these people meant well and they've been doing something good, like what is happening in Rwanda, where somebody is seated on their throne forever and is doing a lot of good things for the country. We can say well and good, but it is opposite. We are suffering here. We don't have power. I was even begging to Mama Pumi there, give me a moment so that I can come in before my battery dies. We can't be living in our country like this. Just previously, our president was here in Indora. That's when we had experienced no more power supply in Indora for continuously 2 days. The moment he went out of Indora, it has been a very black town, darkness. Like they wanted to, like they want to show us that, like we don't belong to this country. Let me rest my case just here. Because I feel so emotional. This thing is hurting me because I don't see any citizen apart from these credible MPs and the good civil societies, some NGOs. These are the ones talking about this issue on our behalf as 20 million Zambians, and we are very quiet about it. Thank you, Mama Pumi.
So thank you, Abdul, for that powerful contribution. But you can't really blame the Zambians because this government, they are doing things secretly. Like the regular Zambians, how many people have even access to the gazette, to the government gazette? Even me, I am on social media, but the only way I had access to this Bill 7 is because somebody shared it in a WhatsApp group. So I think this government is doing things deliberately to withhold information. Remember, even the cyber bill, it was the US ambassador. Can you mute, Lawrence? Lawrence, can you mute? Thank you. So, as much as we want to blame the Zambians, the GRZ must own up, because they are doing this hiding, withholding information. The Bill 10 was signed in the middle of the night. We didn't know. We knew 2 weeks after it was signed. This bill of Bill 7, the agriculture bill also, like a lot of things are happening behind the scene. They are breaking the law with impunity, you know. So what can we do? We can't really blame each other, but to share the information as we receive it. That's why even if it's 2 or 3 of us, tell a friend to tell a friend. Even if we are few here, the few people that are here, when you leave this video, you can talk about it or you can share. That's why we are encouraging you to share. Otherwise, these pages are being censored. People don't have power. Like denying people power is another form of censorship. Because because they are telling us to say, I saw the minister the other day who was like, you cannot go on the ground. Just use TV and radio or social media. But social media, there is no power. So they are actually gagging us. Mwaishiba. It's an indirect work what nang within nang tulande so queen pumi engalanda. Amantu taba kwe light. People have got priorities. But online. The few hours of power that people are receiving, there are more important things for them to do than to come on social media or to watch TV. Zambian news is propaganda. Kutamba maximu alelande fyakwe. Kulanda bakasune walelande fyabo. And there was a certain praise singer. He has wrote an article, and you know the video, the clip, if you've seen the clip where I was questioning Uyuka Sune to say, is she a minister of justice or injustice? And the praise singer, I think it's Gift Siambere, wrote an article that I am attacking Kasune. I am not attacking Kasune. I am just expressing my opinion on how she's behaving. Because this whole thing has been a secret. She's traveling to the provinces and she's picking and choosing whom she can meet to discuss this bill. She's not having an open public discussions. So if we question that she's doing things in a wrong way, how can that be an attack? You are not going to twist words and make us criminals for holding you accountable to the wrong things you are doing. This is where it's going to now. You are just going to criminalize us, demanding you accountability. The same way you arrested Munia Zulu for being a whistleblower. Now, even us who are just commenting on the wrong things you are doing, you are going to start arresting us. And this is where we are heading. We are in a democracy. So they are setting a stage that if we go into autocracy, no one will talk anything. They will come and pick you up and charge you to say she attacked me. I attacked you when I was just asking you that why are you doing things in the wrong way? We have a process. Why is Kasune doing all these shortcuts? But Joseph's, the floor is your my music. Do you want to come in before by Joseph's?
No, let Mr. Joseph come in. I'm still listening to the same.
Go ahead. Welcome, comrade.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon and good evening, panelists. It's always a pleasure coming to speak on the issues of our country. And as one person that is so passionate and patriotic to my nation, I'll always have something to say about our country. Zambia is a gift that God gave us, and in His wisdom, He set parameters, and He gave us the ability to govern ourselves in the best interest of everyone, which is justice has to be upheld for every person. And the government in power should be able to make the environment conducive for everyone to thrive as a Zambian. But as things stand, everyone is trying to find a visa to fly out of this country. That is an indication to say things are not okay in our country. Talking about, the big elephant in the room, the Constitution Amendment. For me, this is criminal. This is evil. This has nothing to do with the development of our country, of the well-being of our people. Why am I saying so is just a few days ago when the Minister of Health came on a platform saying they do not have money to actually employ or pay resident doctors. I was like, wow. Where are we getting the money to have these by-elections, which are more expensive? Where are we getting the money for, this same constitution amendment? But we cannot have money to pay, life-saving people. When we go in our hospitals, you can actually cry. You find the hospital might have just about maybe 2 or 3 doctors that are on duty per day. And look at the population of our people. You find instead of being attended to within an hour, you take the whole day, together with the relatives that have actually escorted you at the hospital because there are no doctors to see you at a given time. So when you have a government that is so bent at, consolidating power as opposed to taking care of the people, these are the result. And when we speak, we are not speaking because we are affiliated to a certain political party. We are Zambians, and we know what is happening, and we feel the pain because we are part of the people that are affected in our communities. Zambia is a great nation. Zambia has all the resources that would enable it and enable its people to thrive economically, socially, spiritually. But as things stand right now, I would say these people do not mean well. Whatever is happening right now, I saw, a memorandum that is being sent, circulated, that people should actually make submissions. I've never seen such a thing, happening. You put the meat that you want to cook and say, okay, can somebody bring onion so that we finish the cooking? That doesn't make sense because everyone must be participating in the buying of the meat in the first place. When you agree on the quantity and the quality of the meat that you are going to buy, then you can prepare it together. But as things stand, whatever is being used to prepare the said meat is not in the best interest of the Zambian people, and the Zambian people have already, made their intentions clear. They are saying, no, we do not want it. We don't want this. Why? Because, it's the timing itself. The timing is very wrong. We know that our constitution has a lot of lacunas, but these lacunas cannot be dealt with within the shortest possible time. Our constitution needs a serious overhaul, which should actually take us a long time, or enough time is required to work on our constitution, not the shortest possible time just before the elections. Our president was on top of the mountain declaring to say there is no need for us to have anything amended in our constitution. He spoke against the Bill 10. We've seen him, backslide, go back to what he wanted, and they've enacted the bill, the Crimes Act bill. It's there. Now it's the Constitution. Why the Constitution? It's because the Constitution will allow them to remain in power technically, whether they are elections or no elections, the truth of the matter is they've sensed they have no popularity. And that popularity has actually, gone down. So what is it? What other means would they use? They started it, they thought, okay, the only barrier we have is Edgar Lungu. Let us bar Edgar Lungu. After barring Edgar Lungu, they realized that no, it's not actually Edgar Lungu, it's the people that have decided what we do. So the best way to go is we can always broke the will of the people by working on the document that can actually work and has always been working to the will of the people. So hence this desire to amend the constitution against the voices of the people of Zambia. So for me, this one is an evil maneuver and it should not be tolerated by the Zambians. The Zambians, let us stop this nonsense. Time is now. There is never another country that God is going to create. We are dissatisfied with the government. And when you are dissatisfied with the government, we have a way that we express ourselves. If we are not happy with the government, we don't fight. Zambians are very peaceful. We vote them out peacefully. That is what we are known to. So if this does not happen, if people want to dictate, want to decide to remain in power in perpetuity, even against our will, then we have a problem. And that means we have to change the way we've always done things. We need to stand up for our country. We need to tell these people to say, no, this is not what we want as a Zambian people. We do not agree to the constitution amendment. It can be done at the right time with consensus from the Zambian people, not an executive-driven constitution amendment. Absolutely no. I thank you, Mama.
Thank you, Comrade Josephs. I think that the sad part about this constitution is it's not that we are having a constitution, it is what they are changing. There is nothing in there for the people. It's all about them to consolidate their power. If you're we don't want, we can welcome the amendment if it is for the benefit of the people. But what benefit is it to the people if you want an MP to be sitting at a city, city council with the mayors? Who is going to do the checks and balance?
What I see, sorry to cut in, what I see more dangerous and more damning is this. This constitution amendment is actually saying MPs should remain in their office
a day before.
A day before an election. You know what that entails? They'll continue to have resources.
And you sending the police on the people, not resources. They will continue sending the police.
It will disadvantage the other political players.
All of us, there will be no campaigning. They will stop the police. They will be sending police on opposition.
No, this is bad.
Tag a member of parliament. We have to make sure we talk to these members of parliament. We don't care if you are a PF or UPND or independent. Members of parliament, please vote against this bill. We are asking you to Lipama Kufi Mwema MPs. Vote against this bill. Save Zambia. If you allow this, Mwema MPs won't say. If you current MPs, the 156 of you, if you allow this bill to pass, you will go down as history as the people who allowed the autocracy to come in Zambia. And you will be to blame whatever will come afterwards. Because you MPs, you are the last ones to have a say in this, because you will be required to vote on it. But Lawrence, what is your take?
Thank you, Mama, and thank you, the panelists. I think Zambia now, we are sliding to dictatorship. Okay, Zambia has been a democracy. This is what Arthur Wiener fought for. This is what Chiluba fought for. Okay, multi-partism and democracy. And this democracy today is so sad that we see it die under the UPND. How do you come up, the executive, you come up with a constitutional making process? The executive, who's going to protect the content? I thought the Chief Justice's job is protect the content because the process protects the content. Now, those proposals, they came from who? Mama, did you submit any of those proposals?
I didn't even know. Me, I just saw the amendment in a WhatsApp group. The amendments in a WhatsApp group.
Yes. So who wants MPs to stay in Parliament until day of voting when Parliament is dissolved? Who wants that?
Imagine.
When the doctors were protesting, recent doctors have withdrawn their services from government hospitals because they need jobs. And the minister said, we don't have money, but have money for wrong things. They have money to waste on
By-elections.
Yeah.
By-elections.
Money is there, okay, to expand constituencies. Who said that want this constituency to be expanded? It's not a job of the MP tech development. It's a job of the central government. Okay, so now if you expand constituencies, so what? You know. So for me, these people are just consolidating their power. They know that they've lost popularity. They know that they are gone now. Gone as in 2026. How do we survive? So, mama. Okay, so this constitutional amendment process, everyone has rejected this. Okay, if they've got any conscience, I'm urging the UPND, I'm urging the president. You rejected butane. You said it was poisonous. Okay, what about this Bill 7? Okay, Bill Museveni. How about this, which is 100 times more poisonous than butane? And butane, at least it was widely consulted. It came from those stakeholders who had convened. But this bill doesn't come from anyone apart from the UPND. So how should we go ahead and change the constitution just to perpetuate the stay of one person who has failed in this country, who has turned Zambia into a fourth poorest country, and we give him power for what? Because if this bill goes through, I'm telling you, the next thing they'll change presidential terms. It will go to 20 years now. Because now they've got the majority, the inbuilt majority.
You know, I know where they are going to change the thing. There is a clause where it says that if there is a war or whatever, so let's say there is a protest, right? They can use Mapatizia formula to attack the protesters, and then there will be a clash. Then they can declare a state of emergency. And there is a clause where it says if they declare a state of emergency, the president with a minority MPs can extend. You know, the same thing is happening Kuyu Karen. Kuyu Karen because of inkondo ile chitika. And my elections yet were postponed.
So would you want such a country?
Imagine.
It's definitely more. You understand? So Zambians, let's defend our constitution. Let's defend our democracy. This democracy that we have, it was fought in 1991. Huh? If you don't fight for it to be gone, and now we'll be into full-fledged dictatorship. You've heard the Minister of Youth and Sports said, go and campaign on social media where there's no power, where they brought cyber security.
Yes. Bali
tumpa
kutumpo.
That is what gives the Zambian people.
Yes, and go and campaign on social media. Bali shimyamala itakwaba. Elo bali wika kona chisai balon.
Exactly, and go and campaign on social media, go and campaign on TV. Whilst themselves they're holding rallies.
Imagine.
Understand? No single opposition is allowed to hold rallies. What kind of a country is this? Okay, we have the police who are supposed to be the guardians of our constitution, the guardians of our human rights are telling us you cannot campaign. What do you mean?
And we are the what is that? By Human Rights Commission, very quiet.
I know you go and speak despite cybersecurity when he knows that people now are scared in the country to speak. So for me, Mama, this bill is a deadly one. When this bill is passed, I want to urge our MPs. We know that you have money, some of you. You know that some of you have been bought, but you are appealing to your conscience. for the sake of Mother Zambia, for the sake of you swear to defend the constitution. And right now, this constitution is under assault. This democracy is under assault. It was through democracy that went to parliament. How are you going to go to parliament if there's no democracy? So we urge you, our MPs, please, for the sake of Mother Zambia, for the sake of democracy, for the sake of constitutionalism, for the sake of rule of law, can you go there and do the right thing? This bill is not coming from us. This bill is coming from the UPND. So don't vote for it. Just say no. For the first time, just say no. Stand with history. Stand with the Zambian people. So for me, Mama Mpumi, we are in trouble in Zambia because now democracy will be gone. Democracy now, there will be no democracy. Look, there's no freedom of expression now. There's no freedom of assembly. It's only them and their supporters and their surrogates are the ones that are going around campaigning, holding rallies in the name of public engagements. When was the holding rallies? Now they've created a notion that there's no opposition. When you can't allow the opposition to organize themselves. And there's no opposition. Opposition is the people of Zambia, the ones that are subjected to 24 hours of load shedding. The ones that are going to hospital and there's no medicines. The ones that are going to the hospital and there's no MRI scan, but we've got demand to buy elections. What kind of leaders are these? So Zambian people, let's stop, let's defend our democracy. If you have a few people that will stand for this country, I'll be one of them. I want history to judge me rightly, say, yes, you stood for democracy. Even you, Mama Mpumi, I don't know what I can say. So for me, Zambia is at a crossroads. Democracy is under assault. Look at rule of law today. Others are free insulting the UPND and cyberbullying people. They are free. You understand? How do you have a debate with the opponent? You tell your opponent and say, come, we fight. Okay? What kind of democracy is that? So for me, Mama Mpumi, this constitution, Bill 7, the UPND bill must fall. If this bill goes through, Zambian parliament will become a secrecy. Already it's a secrecy.
The hour me, I will even stop talking here. Even the elections, we forget about it. We forget about elections.
Now, just like people having elections, but
it's a rubber stamp. The Museveni elections.
Exactly. Now to just the election on paper.
A formality. Yeah?
For formality's sake. So this bill must fall. Those that are supporting this bill, search your conscience. Where is your love for your country? Where's your patriotism? Okay? Why should you want to destroy democracy for the sake of one person who has totally failed? Failed total. The culture is weak. It's devaluing every day. Okay? The cost of living has gone through the roof. Some people are suffering. There are no nurses in hospitals. But you are busy wanting to perpetuate the stay of that failed leader. Where is your love for your country? When a person has failed, let others take over. Let's go to the elections. Let's have fair elections so that Zambian people can choose the leader of their choice. Not someone should be choosing the leader for themselves. No ways. Okay, we can't go on like that. Zambia has been a democratic country for the past 30 years. Why should you go back to dictatorship, which rejected in 1991? We can't do that. So, Mama Mpumi, for me, I stand with the majority of Zambians who are saying no to this UPND bill, because this bill never came from the people. Okay? We don't own the process. UPND owns the process.
And why should we agree to a bill which is going to oppress us? Remember UPND. Is it you want to put chains willingly to put you in chains? Why? No. What do you think Zambians are? Ama Zambian if people mulaisa na macheni. Mwalifunya po macheni pampia. But mwaleta macheni imuri biwe Museveni yeo mwaleta. So you think Zambians mukababika mumacheni in your bill? Tukasumine. Na imomema MPs, you are going to be in that. It's chaining you as well. You MPs.
They'll be affected somehow. They don't know.
Tag a MP, please. Tag a MP. We need to talk to this MP.
Of course.
We need to talk to these MPs. Tag a MP mwebena Zambia pa Facebook wapo. Tagging any ama MP. We need to open their eyes.
Yes.
Imwama MPs isule ni amenso. Some of you have already served 2 terms. You are out. Imwama MPs. Mwari serving akale 2 terms. So if you vote this bill in, you have signed your ticket out of politics, because no youth, no Zambian will ever want you to sit in our National Assembly again.
So Mama Mpumi, my submission as I go, let's start for Malazambia. Okay? And the people in 1994, they fought for this country. We had stubborn colonialists. You know, and our leaders then, our forefathers, they stood against them. Because what these people want, what these guys want is frustrate us, to be scared, all of us, and now they can continue. No, governance is a shared responsibility. When you feel, it's like football. When one player fails, another one comes in. Okay? You play the game through a democratic process, and they have to go through a democratic process, through the vote. So Zambian people, my appeal to is go and register. If people are stubborn, if people want to do what they want, not what we want, let's vote them out. You have got that power.
Yes, but you know what we have to remind this, that before we go to the vote, we have our eyes on the MPs. Whichever MP will sign for this bill, just kiss your political career goodbye.
Let's start holding people accountable.
Yes, whichever MP, whoever MP, whoever PF, whoever nani, because I'm appointment, but if you're 50, right? If this thing passes, you can only appoint 50 MPs.
Yes. So now, guys, they're regarding them because of the staying in power until the day of elections. You are taking part in an election. Why should you have a government vehicle?
And they will not government vehicle. They will be controlling the police. If you never can have a police for people to campaign.
That's a waste of public resources. Let's take these resources to where they are needed the most to us.
That's a 3 months salary. If they put the law, they will be required to pay it back. The
Federal Court in 2017, they ruled that ministers don't stay in office, okay, when private is dissolved. It's clear, that is law, okay? But why should you again allow them to go until the day of elections? For what?
So they can continue oppressing the people. Imwe bahaka inde imwe yao mube fye bwino bahaka inde insoni ebuntu. Yeah.
That's why you don't have money to subsidize for the people, that people can have an affordable cost of living.
Bahaka inde, how can you even sign gazette such a thing?
They don't have money.
How in it can imbe sheba haka inde? Like bahaka inde pa uchichiwe gazette mwari chimona mbochali isapate boyeno. So my question is to bahaka inde. Imamwe balela that rule of law and the democracy. I need those videos mweba now to color playing now. We just need to start playing what Bahaka Inde was saying in opposition. For him to turn around 180 degrees from what he was saying, he has turned around. Imwe Bahaka Inde, au Bahaka Inde nina mumpapusha. I don't know who wants to come in next.
To afira na pa kutampira na ndesta following inde umpapyonse fyalanda bakalanda bonse chakubalira po muchinshi bonse amashina yandi ne Matias Piri streaming from Central Province, specifically Kabwe Town. So ija shiria constitution cheko kulanda posana pantu shafikonga bwino sana so ndesambirira lero chonenga kwa kufye kulanda kufye pa area shiria governance nokuchita upgrade charo chesu cha Zambia. What I've discovered is that we were given a wrong education, number one. Kuma kundendekero ya independence yesu. Bantu ama decisions ayapangwa mu kyalo kyesu kya Zambia kupitira mu ntungulushi tayafuirisha ukufikapo iyo. I may give a practical example. If those who made decisions regarding on upgrading ZESCO, if you are kuntanji, because abantu bali abalefulira kuba bakabalafu amalaiti bengi kabiri napako ati balesta export amalaiti nokula sign ama contract kulashitisha amalaiti kumbi bafuire baishi bokuba ati nomba ngabeso bakala bonfya fiji. So when I said we were given a wrong education because we fail how to plan mamona. So apa bantu example ndeshitaka practical example ngakumalaiti balireka nokulanda bantu kuya kuno makwale bati yo ameshiano na ameshiano nomba ameshiali surawo. So nomba chabashani chaishibiko chaisa na pabwero ukutira temechi nicho malaiti mkwai decision wapangire kwali woko yaya kumbi. So the way we plan, it shows us that we were given a wrong education. Ngafira wakalanda bachilanda bamayo abale moneka African yapo ukutira ati ili development yesu yaba muchisungu nama paper yaraene akutira ati yo abani ba doctor shani bafuma ku university bashishani but ngakuviko nkape twabafe muri theory practical na career. So ndarati ndolekeshena kabiri the way we are managing our resources iyo twakwata inga twafunisha kita upgrade into fumafire tushupa nga twatranja amabwe twakwata muno. If umuntu yawe nga example nga chali nebo fyapinda ngo abo tumona bakwata ma license ya kushita manage ama mining no kulaimba amabwe, and then you as a leader ngakateka walishi bwino amaka wako ata pale pachipuna, you can make decisions that will help everyone. And you know those people bali abakwata ma license abakwata opportunity ya kushitisha amabwe mwafirekera pyonse fidya mu bantu yawe instead yakati mukwate opportunity yaine yakati mukubombe fidya pintu imwebene nomba mufwaire mwempia mwita upgrading ngani ZESCO ine ngani agriculture ngama Antoine Kalifia mu health fyonse fye. Because of wrong education we are failing to ukutontonkanya fya musango fidya. So nangundera ndefu na chira tontonkanya ati ababa mayo kechinso chile moneka kwechikaya although shako nkasana mufya ayamari asha ma politics. So na chira kushana muna usheba mayo ba MP nango ningo kwa mubachibeta ba president bishani ba party nchi. So nomba ekumwene ndifezi pantu inesha konkasane figaro kuirishanya ndairishanya nomba icha shupapo chinshi ama resources tu alikwata lero cha shupapo kwati tutungulire fintu fyonse vitu amene example yo warumbuka sana oyu umulumendo wakuna wakugana uri president wanu afya chite fintu muri 2 years ushe watontonkanya ushe ma advisors ma wrong advisor bakwata babantu kutanshi oro nomba palasti wala sa tontona fati kwena bali tuwa nara pera kwa papele pale bunobu shukuru
Burkina Faso president.
Welcome, Don Oscar. Joseph's welcome. Bafre, you have a comment before Don Oscar comes in? Bafre?
Yes, thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. Yeah, kuna ninchiro akupa nono nachiba kunchitoro na inuka so ndei pika kwa kabwadi. So I'm listening. I like to contribute.
Okay, thank you for joining. But Don Oscar or Mama Chichi, you want to say something before Don Oscar?
It's okay. Let's see Don Oscar come in. I'll comment.
Okay, thank you.
Mama Chichi, you can go ahead. I think I can be after you. But
Okay, then we can let Joseph's is ready. But my music, I want to comment. If you're Mulandire, if you're Malaiti. Ili ashiri Malaiti, tekwebati nini, we don't have a plan. We have planned, but PF body shire, they even increase the capacity here hydropower. By such shafia Malaiti. Everybody share ma projects yamo, here ma hydropower stations for Inoshta. Abakana shtishama light no kwisula ama maini oyo baisula. Zambia would have been at 50% electrification nationwide. I'm just approximating. But the problem is oyo baisa bali shtishama light, they have increased the exportation and also they have opened the new mines. Ekuleya amalite. But the thing is parabale shtishama light nero wale isubemi amimigodi taba tonton kenyoku to leave enough power for the Zambians, you know. So, and this is what we are saying to say, when are we going to have an amendment to put Zambians first, a people-driven amendment? This amendment is a politically driven amendment for them to stay in power. They want to create a Museveni formula in Zambia under our noses. Not Wikala. Tag a member of parliament, please, per Facebook. They can't give you a crime. Tapari umulandu kuchita tag you muntu no kuchita share. Tapari umulandu because my opinions yesu. Twalikwata nsambu under the Bill of Rights. Ilya saibalo ilya fimo yes kuti ba mikaka nga muletu kana mulela ndefya bufi kuti ba mikaka. But pakulanda pansambu shenu nefyo muleto ntonkanya takwa lo ikanyo muntu ukulande fyo aleto ntonkanya. Takwa balo ikanya umwina Zambia ukwebati engachita check and balance ubuteko. In fact, mu constitution article 5 of the constitution Bill of Rights here to pay sambu ukwebati every Zambian should stand and defend this constitution. That is article 5 in the Bill of Rights in the Zambian constitution. We have been given the power to defend this constitution. So what's it tufure tualanda panomba ni chive because now mumona mukulanda, because of our talking they have even started trying to get submissions, but everyone has rejected it. This bill must fall flat on in his face, and if they have any shame they can withdraw it like yesterday. What a shame, you have no money to hire doctors but you have money for by-elections. You have money to buy if my motorcycle kula pela bakada kuya muma campaign areas kuma by-election. When our people are dying, mufi patala munombe fo chabanga bwai lobu shikutakuli no kuya kufi patala because ama light takudi. I am told they are not being funded enough money to power the gensets or whatever. Awale akufipatala nomba some hospitals ni bana makwatali muleba ero kudia kwine bale bonfya ma flashlight yapa ma phone ukula papisha bana mayo nokulabika makamnyula fima procedure tabale fichita no kufichita kamofyo okupapa oko bale bonfya ma camera yapa phone ebuteko uwinga chita consolidate power yabo. If these people stay in power, if ipatala fimo bake sala, the hospitals will be closed because the hospital cannot function without electricity. Sterilization, procedures, everything, machines work normalite. So it is important for them to send the electricity to mine minerals and then they loot these minerals for free out of our country. It is a shame. It is a shame really, and every Zambian must be upset. Tag a member of parliament. Apanomberi yashi lilipa mutuoma MPs. Elo MP onse okavotera fyenani biwi should kiss their political career goodbye. They will never step a foot in the National Assembly again. Any MP who will vote, we don't care whether you are UPND or whatever. Because mwachusha abantu imwe ba UPND government. Zambians have never suffered like this. Kumulonga wotoko amasiwa rejiali fuasa. We don't know. They are laying off qualified people and bringing in, hiring people who don't know nothing. They don't know how to run things. The country is literally shutting down because people are being hired to do a job because of a paycheck. I was talking with a colleague at the weekend and they say they hired a person because of nepotism, bali ingisho mundu at some facility as a medical director, and that person atala tino kuya mkumona ma patients. But they hired that person for a paycheck. Medical director, no medical history, no medical qualification, no medical experience. Ngabamu itati sakuwada letina. You see why this country is shutting down? Now, the annoying thing which we must all realize is the minister at the weekend that go and campaign on TV and radio. Social media badi clamper. That's why Valela and that go and campaign on TV and radio, because social media badi clamper. Elo yo in a TV and radio takwaba malaiti. We all know that to operate a radio you need electricity. Ukumfa news per 19 hours you need electricity. Now how many homes are powered up to receive power at 19 hours? To receive electricity, to watch the news. How many new, actually they are actually deliberate. Most of the power comes in Kumacha. Only a few people. Nganimumishumu, they rely on radios. And radio, there is no power. So what are these people really taking Zambians for? But Don Oscar, you wanna come in, or over Abdul, or over Joseph's?
I'm ready now.
Okay.
Yeah. I think you have said a lot of things. You have said many things, very important things, my sister, and it's very sad. It's very sad what is happening. Indeed, it's very sad. We have been discussing this afternoon with some of the colleagues. What type of government is this? Who says one thing to the people and acts the different? We are discussing on the process of delimitation and the consciousness to the people that on one side the government says that they are going around the nation to inform the people. On the other side, the citizens themselves who are answering to say nobody is consulting us. You see, it's very sad. It's very sad. But at this time, just as you have said, Pomolo, also myself, I can categorically say that I don't trust the UPND. I don't trust the UPND because they have said most of the times they have said a lot of things. They have said a lot of things, and whatever they have said has resulted to be very different. So even at this time, whatever the UPND, they are very good at giving new, very interesting information. Maximuwe, for example, Maximuwe, Father Frankie Warrior, Nevas Mumba, who else? I don't know. Let me just give you the numbers, the names.
Kawana.
Kasune. Yes. Simuwe, Frank Tayali, Mwetwa. They have put all these things who apparently they think they seem to be speaking very good information, good news. But what is the problem about Maximuwe, for example? Very good young person, speaks very good English. He knows, I think he's even good at history. He's good at history, but I think he's just good at partisan history. You know, now if we're not visa for a particular platform, we are coming on this platform. We are not going to shun from the platforms because it is too much. Obufi, wachila. Obufi, wachila. Lies is too much. By UPND, you have told lies too much. I'm telling you. I'm here because I supported you. That's why I have the reason and I have the authority to tell you the lies is too much on your part. What you're saying, if I want to cancel a number, because we supported you, do you know how many people have insulted us? People have insulted us. Very true. I'm very sure. And the people have reason to insult us. You, Don Oscar, you were there with Elas Munsha. I was with Elas Munsha. The one they have taken to the people in Luapula, to the chiefs in Luapula. And the moment Shamfumwa Luapula, wherever Shamfumwa Luapula, Elas Munsha, Wamreta Luapula, Turemona Wonse. Apatwala filila wonse munsenga. Ture filila munsenga. Elasi munsha ule ukisha elasi munsha wale tuwe ati. Ati ifo tuilapo kenchito. Na ture apatwa kulalanda nomba. Twa kulalanda. Elasi munsha. Do you remember when you were telling us? Awe donos kana mwishiwa ifeta to the French government. Do you remember Mr. Elas Munsha? You used to tell us this. I'm here, I'm the witness. When you used to tell us, if we were Dr. Kasonso, Dr. Barbara, Linda Banks, Bachisalu Chirufia, and this woman, Pumuros Tumbeko, Erasimunsha, you used to tell us, while you were at the State House, do you remember Erasimunsha? You used to go to community house. Only you. Nobody else used to go to community house apart from you, Elas Munsha. Do you remember when you used to go to community house and you used to come back to us and you told us, Awe, we don't want a job. We are here, we are speaking because we are not here to get a job.
Tulandira balanda.
Do you remember when you told us in Badonoska, I'm a lawyer.
Tulandira balanda.
Tulandira balanda. Up to now, wafuma Canada, wayaku kunanikane ku Australia. Waisa nomba ba UPND bakutwala kulwapula tawaipule mulumendo twalabeba kulwakula imfumu twebeba fo watwebele
ubufi
ubufi watwebele Elasi Munsha watwebele obufi ine shaumfone nsoni apa nakulalanda ubufi watwebele Elasi Munsha ifwe walitwebele ifwe awe ifwe tatulefwa inchito uleibukisha Elasi Munsha. Do you remember when you told us ifwe tatulefwa inchito Madonoska na mwishiwa imweni mwa wakatolika na inena aliko awe walupo wali kuli wakatolika kanshi walenda na nani kane na president haka inge chilema
Bare tuteye chitauni. Bare tuchite chitauni. Bare tuchite chitauni.
Walenda na iwe walenda na ba president haka inge chilema weka fie walenda mwale ababiji. Shani hatu wale aweka mwale ababiji.
na chipakupaku
chipakupaku twalabisa bonse twakulalanga nombapa twalaba abantu ifyomwale ekitime era simunsha mwaleana bachipakupaku
munatuzembereka yo mwali tushinga mabata okutubonfya ifwe
olo mwali tuzembereka imwe ifwe n'omukashana Linda Banks umwaiche Linda Banks was very young. She's a journalist, very innocent journalist. She's a very good journalist. Umwaiche mwamube umwaiche Linda Banks.
They got where they are on our backs. Panu mayeso pa bakwatile otufulo bali aba munsha. Panu mayeso apa. Because Munsha was saying it's not UPND.
Yes.
Munsha was saying te UPND walandira balanda. Apa panu mayeso pa bakwatile nchito. The two of them. Chipakupaku.
Yes. Mwali babiri chipakupaku imwe. Ba chipakupaku. Acha ichira nawe ndekwa ishira ndi bukiro.
No man chipakupaku.
Norman chipakupaku. Ba Norman chipakupaku. Okay, ba Norman chipakupaku mwatebera timo ba UPND mwalirande chinka. Ba Norman chipakupaku that you are UPND. No mbosha twebere chinka ni Elas Munsha. Elas Munsha watwebera ti tewe UPND. But
Walandire abalanda. Panu mayesu ba Elias Munsha ile nchito ilia. Panu on our backs. He literally rode on our backs.
But there is a point, Elas Munsha, when you told us, in our witness, Nangu Kukoti, you are a lawyer. In a court, Elas Munsha, I'll tell Bashamfu, I know Bashamfu Mamu Zambia, Nabena Mwadi was corrupt. But, Lesa Mukulu, there is a time when Lesa, Alalete ifya mulinganya muchalo Elas Munsha wenaba kutuma kulwa pula na lakweba the one word, and I'm going to ask you a question. Look into my eyes, you know me, and I'm going to ask you a question. What have they sent you to do in Luapula? Wakutumile kulwa mukulanda kuli bansha mfumu mukwebe mfumu shakulwa pula ukuba chinja no kubabe pobufi na ngufinshi wakutumile
Awo ba Elias tamwabepe mfumu kulwa pula. File mwatu bepele papa tibi bakweto muye kulwa pula ba Elias. Not on our watch by Elias. Yes. Not by Elias, you lied to us. Your track record on TV Bakwet. We are not going to sit and allow you for history to repeat itself. We are not.
Mr. Mpombo, I think kuma chiefs. You know, ama chiefs abantu abakaramba besu
Lekeni bapwisha okulanda bafreya loleleni. Yes.
Imwe tagi abakulu apula. Uwakulu apula bonse basiteni tagi. Kulu apula n'abantu bakwela Elas Munsha. Tekwa alekala Canada. Apo Canada bamutwala ku New Zealand.
Australia.
Na ku Australia. Two. New Zealand na Australia. Elas Munsha muleta kulu apula. Ku Southern Province kwaba mwetwa na bajaki mwimbo. Elas Munsha bamutwala kulu apula. Tatwa suminishe Elas Munsha etyo ndela nanga wufi fuma kulwa kula welela ku Canada fuma ko kulwa kula kabiye ku Canada oko bomba oko akwata femio New Zealand werera ku New Zealand chinshi wakufulicha ku New Zealand wawela kumfumu shakulu apula na kumansa Elias Munsha ipointi mwebasha mfumu balu apula umfweni. This is not cyber security. Now it's a disclaimer. I don't have the cross here. I'm going to show you the cross because now it's a disclaimer. This is not cyber security. This is not inciting the people. This is telling the truth. Pano turera nechinka nga wofi ndela ndaelasi munsha esi apa platform mwiteni ko Elias Munsha to come on this platform. Va UPND mulomfwa kuma network yonse apa peni apa mule umfo pali pumulo stumbeko ko Elias Munsha mutumine kulwa pula ese pano mwesha mfumusha kulwa pula ndemi pusha veri pusho limo chinshi Elias Munsha isa mkushita kulwa pula pantu Elias Munsha ewa bomba na UPND ewa bomba na president akainde chilema olotwali wonse pa TV bakwetu Elias Munsha wale aweka ku community house watusha bonse ifwe mwale tusha babikanshi mwali babize na chipakupaku na iwe wine na wekesha hapo watu walina bena ba Dr. Kasonso, Linda Banks, Dr. Rufeshtalu, UK accountant, nalanda na Pumulo Stumbeko, uyu mwana kashuri hapa uyu mwana kashuri wonse epwali tulibonse ba witness uyu mkashana na ine wine ponali ine ponali. I was the only one who was a clergy. The reason why President akainde chilima tanja fuire ine ukumpera nendalama apera ba Dorcas indalama mumwipushe. Why President akainde chilima apere ba Dorcas indalama akano kumpele indalama ine newa mwafuire. Think about it. If we were pa platform ni fwe botu aruishishe kasi ya 1 na biko ku 5 na 1 oku kasi ya 1 twali karuisha ifwe kalando bufikalande nshi twakana lero tatwamileke ngakutukaka mukabule iyo ine mulanda cyber security. Take it kuchifungo tukayako na kuchifungo tukayaye baba ni muchifungo chinka. We are going to speak to them and to speak the truth to the people who are in prisons of what UPND has done to us. So, apa tatuakaleke mpaka ma elections yake semu 2026 tatuakaleke kwa wena Zambia chichinka tatuakaleke elio karofyenga mwachinja constitution pantu vaaka inde chilema na wa UPND na mwishwa no kwishwati ama elections na mupona pakuti fe muchse survive mulefo kuchinja constitution efyo ndela ndanga bufi muikatako kuli constitution muikatako kuli delimitation nga mwali pantimo wa winine more than 1 million